Hiring Out show.
TARYN Manning. How you doing, beautiful?
Hey, how are you?
Here, you get a mic tonight.
Awesome. All right.
Isn't that cool?
Get to be my own host.
Yeah, it's color.
Ask you questions.
You can if you'd like. Now tell me how you got attached with Weirdsville, and what was it that made you want to do the movie?
First of all, the script was just really cool and different, and then the director, who I just absolutely love his past projects, and then when I found out like who they were casting for everyone, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in, and it was cool.
Now tell me a little bit about the heart of Matilda.
She's like the catalyst to basically like this adventure that this whole group of kids goes on, and yeah, it's really interesting. You know, first you think she's dead, and then next thing you know, she's alive again. So it's kind of cool. It all happens in one night. You got like, it's almost like a soap opera in a way, but they all come together at the end of this like this boiling point, and yeah, that's what made it really cool. Like that was actually what was hard about it. The continuity of shooting something that happens all in one night is kind of an interesting thing. You know, I've never done that before, so that was cool.
So what was the shooting schedule like?
It was basic, you know. I mean, I didn't work every day, but I was in Toronto the whole time, and it was freezing.
Oh, wow.
I remember that. Like those scenes that you see all the snow in and all that, that was real. And I was wearing tights and a t-shirt. And I was basically frozen, but it was fun.
Now, what do you think about the drug use in the movie? Is there a statement here?
No, I don't feel like it's really exploited. I think it's just part of the plot that drives. It's part of the situation that drives the plot, but it's not like it's like what it's about, you know?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
You got great lashes.
Well, thank
those
you.
Those are yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
did you curl those tonight?
I didn't. No, I don't curl my lashes. I was blessed with good lashes, like, but there's this new product, and I wish I could remember the name, but if you put it on, like right here on your like basically where you put your eyeliner, it makes your eyelashes grow. And I've been using it a little. I think it's working.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to know what that is.
You complimented them, so I think it's working.
What did you love about attending the Orange County Performing Arts School?
Basically, that's where I went to 11th and 12th grade, and I went actually as a dancer. I grew up doing ballet and jazz, so I never really thought I was going to act, but being at that high school and just around all the different like artists that there were, it sort of was like conducive that I was like, yeah, I can act too, you know. And I got a lot of the leads in the dance shows, and so it was a really good experience for me. I was on scholarship and everything. I was really poor growing up, so I danced really well. And
living in the trailer park, how did that shape you as a person?
My trailer park was kind of like what you would consider like a track home now.
Okay.
Like a track home community.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of kids, and we all went to the same school. It wasn't like a down and out white trash trailer park. It was actually like really like nice, and my mom kept it really tidy, and we'd always get lot of the month. Which, like, that means our yard was, like, really, you know, fancy and stuff. But I don't know, it was, like, a good upbringing. And because of it, I like really small, like, my house now is, like, really small and quaint. Like, even though I could probably be in a bigger house, I prefer littler places that are more, like, quaint and homey because of my mobile home. I like to call it a mobile home.
What's going on with Boomcat?
I'm actually about to release my second record.
Bitchin'.
Yes, and I'm going to play all over LA. I'm playing at the Roxy soon.
Sweet.
So you guys got to look out for that, probably at the end of November. I'm releasing Boomcat this time all by myself because I feel that the record industry is like really a little bit confused right now. I mean, even with like Radiohead putting out their new record and you being able to go and purchase it for whatever price that you know, think it deserves, like that's sort of proof right there of just sort of the state of the industry. And I feel that with all my fans and like my movie fans that I can put it out on my own and make all the money myself.
Exactly.
And my old record deal kind of sucked because I had a couple of hits and a song on the 8 Mile soundtrack, but I really didn't ever see like a hard freaking dollar, you know? And like this time around for me, it's more about just playing out and selling my records at my show. I did a video recently by myself, and like I don't know, I just like having full control over it.
Well, that's the future of the entertainment
Yeah.
business. What's going on with Born Unicorn, your fashion design line?
It's also like Born Unicorn is, you know, it's a hobby that actually was something that I started during a time where like I hated the film industry, I hated the music industry, and I'm just a creative person by nature. I love fashion, kind of all goes together, and it was sort of a hobby that ended up taking off, and it's sort of the one like career of mine that I neglect the most, but I do have a partner and she picks up all the pieces, and you know, we're at stores worldwide and we design like once a month, and it's really cute, and you can get it all over on the internet.
What are the pros and cons of fame? Because I hear you really don't like the spotlight that much. You kind of like it, but in small doses.
I do. I like it in small doses. I was talking about that tonight. Like I hate when people stare. And like, because I hate it so much, I don't stare at people, because I'm like, do unto others what you want done to yourself. And I'm like, maybe if I don't stare, then people won't stare at me. Because I have one of those faces that's like, how do I know her? Did I go to high school with her? Is she a friend of my friends? Like, they can't quite put their finger on it because I'm not like an Uber star.
Yeah.
But I'm like familiar enough to where I get like people just trying to figure it out, so it's even more annoying for me.
Now, what projects do you have coming up?
I'm actually in Viva Laughlin, that show that's on CBS.
Okay.
Started on Thursday night. It's also on Sunday night. It's a musical. Hugh Jackman is
a musical
executive producer. Yeah, so I sing and dance in it, and Sunday night will really determine, you know, if the ratings are good, how it continues. So. Crossing my fingers, but Weirdsville's coming out. I got Jack and Jill vs. the World coming out. A movie called Killers coming out.
What's Jack and Jill vs. the World? What's that?
Another film that Nicholas Tabarrok actually produced. It's me and Freddie Prinze Jr. And it's a role where I don't play a whore or a hooker or a drug addict. I play a sweet girl who has no problems, except for that she's sick.
She's mentally sick, or she's physically
sick? She's physically sick. She's dying of a disease, and so her outlook on life is very like live in the moment, whimsical, and it was a really fun character to play.
How did you do research for that? What kind of sickness does she have?
She has cystic fibrosis. Remember, you have like fluid in your lungs and you cough all the time, and you have to like do this machine that sort of breaks up all the fluid, and basically no one's really lived past like 45. And I met with a lot of women with the disease. I actually met a 21-year-old who was just about to die, and then she got her lung transplants, and she had just had a baby. And it was really like, I don't know, it's like, you know, just like doing research for films, it was just like, I was like, oh wow, like my life's great, you know?
Yeah.
That when I get upset or sad about stupid things, I'm like, I could be 21 in a freaking bed hospital for the last 10 years of my life, just had a kid and about to pass away, waiting on lungs. Basically waiting on another young girl to pass and then get her lungs. Like, it was insane, and whole other awakening for me.
That brings me to my next question.
Okay.
What about spirituality? Are you a spiritual person?
I definitely am a spiritual person. I was on that plane that almost crashed.
Oh yeah,
remember?
the 292.
Yes.
I was going to ask you about that.
Well, that basically, like, I realized that night or that day that life could just change in a blink of an eye. And I noticed on the plane that, like, I wasn't really praying to God. I was just sort of like, oh God, help me, please. Oh, no, I wasn't even saying that. I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And then when I survived that, it was a big, like, oh my God, there is a God. I have faith. Like, wow, I can like speak to Him and count on Him to be with me.
That is
and
amazing.
It changed my life. It changed my life drastically.
So do you go to church now?
I don't go to church. I just like, I have faith in, like, I don't know. I don't need to go. Every day I read books and I just like practice, you know, being like a spiritual person.
Doing unto others as you would have them do to
there you. Go.
Apparently you've been getting your tattoos removed. In 2005 you started getting them removed.
That's old news.
I know, but I want to know, why did you want to get rid of them, and what is your out?
Mine are more like, my tattoo removal is more have to do with, like, I don't like my tattoos that I got, but I kind of want to replace them with other cool stuff. Which I'm so thankful that there is that procedure, because my tattoos reflect like a really like stupidities, like when I was mad at a boyfriend and he cheated on me, and then I tattooed, well, I love boys, like all boys, and you know, like just stupid. And I'm, you know, moving into my late 20s and just, I don't know, feeling a little different, That's about it. So it hurts though. I mean, it hurts bad. Like, have you ever like been cooking bacon and the grease came up and popped you? That's what it feels like, but just like all
continual.
over. Yeah, continual, exactly.
What are your makeup must-haves?
Mascara and lip gloss.
Well, what foundation are you wearing tonight?
Armani, actually.
Liquid or 2-in-1?
Liquid, actually.
Liquid? You like that?
Yeah, I do.
And did you use concealer?
I did.
What kind?
Stila.
Stila.
Yeah, Stila. He knows.
Yeah.
You know, you're a makeup artist.
You like Stila? That's good stuff.
I powdered under my eyes. I kept my cheeks moist for my cream blush. I did a little bit of eyeshadow, but just lightly, and I powdered my forehead because my bangs get oily. And that's about it, and lots of lip gloss.
You're working the neutral tones. What kind of lip gloss?
This is actually that lip fusion. Makes your lips like
the
plump.
The plumper. Yeah. And that works for you?
I don't know. Does it?
Yeah.
They look a little plump.
You're beautiful. What am I going to say? Okay.
Hey, what's up? I'm TARYN Manning. You're watching the Blairing Out Show with Eric Blair.